Welcome to the StockMiner.com studios. I'm your stockminer, Brian Johnson. And everybody, markets were up today, but everybody's kind of waiting for the FOMC to talk tomorrow. That happens 2:15 Eastern Time for all of you that are interested in that. Coming out with the rate decision. These have become so anticlimactic at this point. I really don't know what he's going to do with those rates. Doesn't really have much of a choice. I don't believe anyway, but keep them where they're at. So these events, which used to be, if you guys ever go back a few years and look at the rate decisions, boy, there used to be those were crazy times for trading. Lots of volatility right after he'd come out with his decision on whether to raise or lower the rates. And now just really nothing happens. It's, like I said, pretty anticlimactic. I expect the same tomorrow. I don't expect a lot of movement tomorrow. So once again, we'll wait and see what happens. Expect maybe a little bit of movement in the morning, potentially, and then this thing, the markets will absolutely go flatline. About 2 hours ish, an hour and a half or 2 hours before the Fed speaks, it's like every major trader in the world goes to lunch. It gets pretty flat. There isn't really a whole lot to do. You guys can watch some individual stocks if you've got something in mind, but as for the indices themselves, they usually don't end up doing a whole lot at that point until after the decision's been made. So keep that in mind coming into tomorrow. There really isn't much to be watching for, especially if you miss about the first hour or two of the day. If you're going to miss it, you know you're going to miss it right now. There's no point in watching it until maybe the last hour or so of the day, to be perfectly honest with you. These days are a good day for a lot of people to catch up on work. If you're one of those people that trades from work, shame on you. But if you are, which is most people, then you'll get a lot of work done tomorrow while you wait for the rate change. So a little bit of a move up today. We did get a break up and over this 10,700. Look at how we did get a little bit of a spike above that, but it was kind of a little fake out breakout here. They're just trying to see who's interested at this point. So a little bit of a poke above the 10,700 mark, but that late in the day, I don't get too excited about it. This may hold, and we may see this hold just fine into tomorrow as well. But you'll want to be careful coming in and around the time that the Fed speaks. From a daily perspective, we're still stuck right here, looking up ever so slightly at the beginning of the day, holding that 10,700 by the end of the day. We did close back below it, so this will be the area again to watch tomorrow. Let's see if we can reach this upper trend line again and maybe bring ourselves up once this candle starts over to the 10,800-ish level. It'd be good for a 100-point trade. NASDAQ did poke its head above this area too, but look how it stuck below. It closed below 1915. It had a high of what? Yeah, 1918.78. So that area around in here I talked about, somewhere between 1913 and 1920-ish. Those were the areas to be watching. Sure enough, we held right in that area. There's just not a lot of movement going on right now as everybody waits for FOMC. Here we are right back up to this line, and this is where I had it pegged at right around that 1918 area. You can see how well that held today. So let's see if we get a push up and above that come tomorrow. From a weekly, once again, starting a new candle to the side, and now definitely above the 20-week moving average. However, it is what? It's only Monday, and so what? Yeah, I don't really care about the weeklies at this point. Good for you guys. Glad to see you're paying attention. SPX on a 60-minute breaking up and above, only to come back and revisit this 1127 area. We talked about this 1125 as an opportunity maybe for a trade. It's been flat. This has been a strong area of resistance and or support now in this right in through this area here. So we'll continue to watch this into tomorrow. Today's high was 1129. You know, that 1130-ish, 1131-ish is good overhead resistance as well. Looking to see if we can make this overhead trend line here, and that'll be sitting at or around 1140-ish. From a weekly, you can also see that on a Monday we are just above the 20-week, but it's only Monday. Tomorrow's decision could give us a very good idea of the direction for the next couple days at least. VIX still kind of just wandering its way downwards, finding support right at this level. This line goes way, way back. So I'm just going to leave this line in, but you can see us finding really good support right down here at this level. It was up ever so slightly, which is not confirming what we saw in the markets. VIX up, markets up, okay, remember all that? Keep in mind, though, with the rate decision tomorrow, you're bound to see a little bit of that. Little bit of nervousness. What's he going to do? What's he going to say? Is he going to raise rates? What's he going to do? So you're bound to get a little bit of that. That's just natural around this time. Nothing to be too scared about at this point. Here we are sitting right down here as well, just kind of floundering around. Like I said, the VIX has been slowly bleeding its way downwards for the last probably month and a half or so. Still on a weekly basis. Let's see if the if the rate decision tomorrow used to make the VIX really spike one way or the other in a big way. Let's see if it has any kind of effect on it tomorrow. Apple on a 60-minute coming right back up to where? That little blue line I drew. God, I love TA. So here we are trapped in what I would consider to be probably like a symmetrical triangle, waiting for a break up and above that. Sure do like Apple above 264, still holding to that. Also from this area too, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles now in a row that have gone nowhere. Tiny little dojis or spinning tops all the way across here. Lots of indecision. No volume whatsoever. You wait for a break of this. Apple's going to go one way or the other, and when it does, I really believe we're going to see a lot more volume start to pour back into it. You want to catch that move. Apple on a weekly, same thing here, just hovering up and above this moving average, looking to get back up and above this level. If it does, I really think the blue line's very possible. FAS did break above this area, giving you maybe an opportunity for a small trade today, but once again, market's not doing a whole lot in anticipation of FOMC. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nowhere candles for the most part. Still looking like a pullback at this point, but this is all consolidation. Got to be very, very careful. I'm sticking with our original levels on a daily, and that is above 24.50 for any kind of trade to the long side. Here's FAZ, of course, falling back below all of these moving averages. Not a bad place to take a little speculative short. Would have made you a little bit of money today for those of you that are stuck and married to FAS and FAZ. But still below 1275 and back up here are still my levels. Did not reach those today on a daily. Same type of a thing. Look at these dojis. Pow, 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 pow. Nothing going on here, guys. Still lots of indecision in the market where this is going to go next. Maybe tomorrow's rate decision makes a difference. I don't know. It's been pretty boring the last few times the Fed's come out and said anything. Markets don't tend to move anywhere, nor do they tend to make any kind of a decision on which direction they're going to go, even after he speaks. So we'll see. No real bias. I just got to continue with the same bias I've had, and that is still neutral to cautiously bullish. Neutral to cautiously bullish on the markets for the Johnster. All right, guys, I will be back with you again tomorrow night. Let's see if the Fed talking makes any difference in where the markets decide to take us, at least over the next few days, if not for the rest of the week. We'll see you then.